Welcome to the Roadshow podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Roadshow. It is time. The one and only Sip&Smoke.
How are you, brother?
Oh, fucking never better.
Been a minute, eh?
It's been a minute. It's been like a
It's been a year,
It's been a fucking year, bro. What's been happening with you?
A bit of everything, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ups and downs of life?
Up, down, 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 up, down, 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 down.
Sounds like a good fucking song, actually.
Just life, you know?
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
What about yourself?
Just continue, bro. That's what I've been doing. From the last time you see me, I've just been continuing doing
Done
this.
about 40 potties since, so.
Yeah. The hustle's been real.
Yeah, fucking oath.
I've probably done about 60 though.
Have ya?
Yeah, and I've lost about 20.
How?
Just fuck ups.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's the worst.
Yeah, I know. Especially like I've had some people like come to the studio and then I'll have like gear fail.
Oh,
And then it's
that's
like
the worst.
yeah.
And what, you got it, but you still, you still do the potty, but it's just not up to scratch, or you just got to stop halfway through?
There's been some where I've been like, sorry, like I can't do it today, and they've come from like Spearwood.
Oh, fuck.
Rough, right?
It's part of the game, I guess.
Yeah, it's part of the game. It's part of the game. So, since I last saw you,
Yo.
there has been like some massive changes. Obviously, from your side, I saw you take a bit of a hiatus off your social media on the Sip&Smoke sort of stuff.
Yeah, I'm off that at the moment. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've just got a private account at the moment.
I like it.
Yeah, I'll just use that now for just this sort of stuff.
Just pull that mic into you.
More?
You can just pull it. Yeah, it's malleable.
Yeah, I'll just use that more for work type of shit, not everyday bullshit, you know?
Yeah.
Try
More intimate stuff.
keep it a bit more low key with my day-to-day life with everything going on, but
Yeah. Do you want to go into some of the stuff?
yeah, for sure. Let me just light this cigar.
Aye, go for it. I'm
Shout
off.
out to Nando.
Nando, you
Our
legend.
brother.
I went and saw him the other night, actually.
Did ya?
Yeah.
I actually saw him a couple of weeks ago too.
We were in this private rooftop cigar bar, and there was nobody but like me, him, and his friend, and I was just like,
That's on in Leedy there.
yeah. I was like, fucking look at this. This is great. And
But this not big enough, eh?
isn't it?
Oh, you just get it. Yeah, no, that's
Make
right.
it work.
Got it.
Happy days. Yeah, he's got some fat ass cigars, bro.
Yeah. What is this? 60 ring gauge, huh? I haven't had this one. Actually, I have had this one.
Yeah. I think that's like
I've
one.
seen you smoking flat out, eh?
Bro, I don't. Yeah.
How good are cigars?
It's nearly becoming like an everyday thing.
Oh, bro, don't get me started.
Like cigars kind of have that thing. Like when you're younger and you smell like somebody smoking a cigarette, and you're like, ugh, what the fuck is that?
Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, but when you smell a cigar, you're like,
It's different.
this guy's classy.
Fuck, I've been smoking cigars almost 10 years now.
Yeah?
Yeah, bro. I started young, like 21.
Shit.
Mm.
Nice.
Not like I smoke now, but I
Yeah.
just sort of when I got introduced to them, by my older cousins and that.
It's kind of like the
hold on.
food that you don't like when you're younger. You
Yeah.
know, eventually it becomes your taste, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
But then again, a lot of people still hate them, eh?
Yeah?
Oh, from what I find, I don't know. Do you find a lot of people like them these days, or?
Yeah, but also people like fucking like dressing up as women these days too. So.
Bit early for that.
Yeah,
we'll
bro,
touch on that later.
Little bitches around everywhere. If you can't handle a cigar, you need to fucking check your fucking underpants, boy. There is, man. There's this kind of like stigma to masculine activities these days. It's like I don't think it comes from females. I think it comes from weak men. It's like, oh, you like to do some masculine shit. Where, like, who are you trying to impress?
Yeah.
I had an argument
That's the problem.
last night with a female. Yeah, and she was like talking about toxic masculinity. And I said, explain to me what toxic femininity is. She's like, it doesn't exist. I'm like, well, neither does toxic masculinity.
They've both got to exist, probably.
I don't think either of them exist.
Well, yeah.
You know? I think it's
too.
basically just an easy way to get out of like an argument with somebody that has a better point than you.
Very true.
Yeah. So there. Yeah. I don't know. That when you have a point on something and people like to dispute it.
Everyone's always going to have different opinions on everything in the world.
Yeah.
I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I guess it's half the fun is arguing.
Yeah. Exactly.
I don't mind arguing about shit. So.
But also like working out a point where you can like come to an agreement You know, like I like debating.
Or at
these
least
days.
understand the other person's point of view, you know?
Yeah, and understand why I think it's wrong, or why there's a stigma to believing that it's wrong. Like we were talking about Andrew Tate,
Oh,
and she's like,
one of my favourite topics.
right?
I love talking about
Let's
Andrew
go, brother.
Tate. Free him and free Tristan, man.
Yeah, fucking oath. One of her topics was that she thinks he's misogynistic.
As half the world does.
Yeah, but I explained it to her like this. I was like, if he is so misogynistic, right? Why are men bettering themselves for women?
He's making them be a better man, yeah.
Yeah. I don't get it.
Because they don't get it.
Yeah.
The women, I don't want to say too much.
I do. Fuck it.
It's not that they don't get it. I just feel like, I don't know. A lot of them get it, but they don't want to admit it.
Yeah.
You know?
And a lot of shit gets taken out of context.
And a lot of shit that he does say, they don't look at it from a male point of view, only from a female point of view. And you got to sort of try and look at it from our point of view too, you know?
Yeah.
Or their point of view, I guess.
Yeah, but they hear a woman, if she goes clubbing, if she's got a partner, she's like a hoe.
Yeah.
And they go, oh, what the fuck?
Yeah.
But his
Stay
point.
home and shut up. Like it's more to that, bro. You got to read beyond that, you know? That's, yeah.
It's like the news cycle, right? When you watch anybody on the news, it's hard to get a clear understanding of their point when they're talking about a subject, because they've got like 3 minutes to do so.
Yeah, of course.
And then when TikTok comes around or Instagram comes around, and they have that same kind of 3-minute segment, but it's derived from long form content, like a podcast.
Yeah.
You'll get like a guy like Andrew Tate saying some wild shit.
3 minutes out of an hour, yeah.
And in context to the hour, it makes sense. If he's saying, you know, like, oh, a woman, you know, shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that, because he wants a better unity for marriage, but they'll take only a woman shouldn't do this, shouldn't do that.
That's sort of how he blew up as much as he did, because all those fucking 2-minute TikToks were going around of him saying what he was saying, and then not why he's justified saying that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was just what he said, not why he said it or explained it, you know? And that's a lot of the reason why he gets a lot of hate. But if you actually sit down and watch the whole podcast, you'd realize that what he's saying is there's more to it, you know?
Yeah.
But
And
it worked for him, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, not anymore.
Well,
but
he understands strategy, right?
of course.
So one of his quotes was, if you can get into somebody's head in a negative way, you hold real estate for free.
That's it, free real estate.
Free real estate, you
It's
know?
very true.
Yeah.
Whether it's for a negative or positive way, you're still in someone's head.
Yeah.
Living rent free, you know?
Yeah. And they say any publicity is good publicity,
Well,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's how he got so big, bro.
Yeah. And it was
He used it to his
fast.
advantage. Oh, fuck yeah. He was the most Googled man in
the world.
at one point.
Yeah. More than
Out of
Trump.
nowhere.
Out of nowhere.
Out of like in 3 months or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
We went from Trump saying grab her by the pussy to having Andrew Tate like it's so strange, because it's such a pushback. But if that guy was leading an army, you'd be like, fuck yes.
I'd run through a brick wall for that cunt.
Right?
100%.
100%.
I wouldn't even think about it.
Yeah, but because he has the car, he has the jewelry, the girls, all this
But
stuff.
not even that. It's just the way he speaks.
Yeah.
He's a leader, you know.
He's a leader.
He can lead men, you know. And I know a million people that would run through a brick wall for him, and then I know people that don't like him either. So
did you see the amount of people that turned up to the free Top G rally?
yeah,
in
there was,
Romania?
I think there was a few. Wasn't there one in Greece as well? I
Yeah,
think?
there was one in Greece,
And there
one
was
in Romania.
maybe one in America, but I'm not sure.
I'm not sure about possibly. It's fucking wild, bro.
Wow.
Do you so there's a conspiracy at the moment, like that.
Talk to me. I love this shit.
Let's go. There's a conspiracy at the moment that says that he most likely is put away. You know how they're trying to get him on the whole human trafficking.
Yeah,
He
which is
treats
bullshit.
women like a piece. Look, he owned webcam companies.
Yeah, but he's admitted to that.
Yeah, and he
That's not
talks about
illegal,
it
though.
openly.
But that's not illegal.
And what happened was he hosted a party where a girl came to the party. She
They
had
had
a
the
boyfriend,
boyfriend, yeah.
and then turned off her phone because she wanted to be there more than she wanted to be with her boyfriend. He
Yeah.
got jealous and said that they've kidnapped her.
Wasn't that the girl that was getting the pizza?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So apparently you're getting held against your will, but you're
yeah, and
going
then,
to pick up the pizza for the party from the front.
yeah, and
Wi-
then getting in a
willingly.
cab
Willingly.
when you leave. Yeah, yeah. What the fuck?
Yeah.
And then they've tried to get him, tried to get Tristan and Andrew for these allegations of sex trafficking.
Yeah.
Now, and that's why they're being held. But
Which is bullshit.
the girls that had said something about it in the first place have come forward to the police, and the police haven't even questioned.
Haven't they got the transcripts of them when they were alleging to
To the police.
Nah, so when they were in court, there was transcripts of those girls messaging each other saying, we're going to fuck him up with this, blah, blah, blah. Like actual message evidence of them conspiring to...
Really?
Yeah, and they threw that out in the court.
What?
Yeah, didn't hear about that.
No.
Yeah, bro.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he's a lawyer from America. They've got a new lawyer now from America.
The female?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's pretty good.
She's pretty good. She's saying that there's no evidence of any, like they don't have.
There's more
any
evidence that it's fake than that it's real.
Than that it's
and
real.
Then they're still in jail.
Yeah, and not
That just goes to show how
not-
corrupt this fucking
not
world is.
one policeman, or not one officer, not one like law affirming from the other side has asked them a single question. Not
bullshit.
one question.
I'm pretty sure they're not even allowed to see their daughter because I didn't even know that. Tristan's got a daughter. I didn't even know. Do you know that?
Yeah, and Andrew Tate's got kids.
I
too.
think he's got one. Does
He's
he have
got
a daughter?
three.
Does he?
He's got three
See, I
kids.
never knew that.
Yeah.
Until recently.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me. And they're probably not even allowed to see him.
They're not allowed to see them, but they're allowed to have their phones for Twitter.
Nah, they don't have their phones. I think that's someone from their team tweeting.
Oh, really?
I'd say so.
Because it's
How
coming
can they have their phones?
directly from Tristan's account, and he's saying what's happening while he's in there. So either they're
I
getting on
think
the phone.
they're telling their lawyer or whoever, and their
Yeah,
lawyers are tweeting it
okay.
because I doubt they'll have their phone in there because they'll be doing, Mr. Producer.
Yeah, true. They'd be making videos.
They'll be
and
doing
stuff.
live streams for sure.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? That
that's
shit
a
would be
good
blowing
point.
up.
Doing war room
They'll be
in the
doing
prison
Mr.
cell.
Produce with a cigar in the jail cell.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah. Well, they were being held in a like a detention center, but because they're not in an actual like solitary place.
Nah, so where are they? Are they still in like a remand? They must be in a remand center.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like a they're holding them in a specific area until they.
I seen a photo of
sentence
them yesterday. Fuck.
They look bad, eh? They look different.
Doesn't look
people.
like the top G, bro.
No, he's got a beard and a
Yeah,
head,
he's,
head of
he's
hair.
really going bold. Like,
Well, he-
'cause he always used to be bold, like shaven, but
Yeah.
he's actually
he had,
going bold.
He had the transplant, the hair transplant.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, but because he can't take the what do they call it? Dehydrotestosterone. His hair started to fall out again.
Yeah.
And so has
well, I seen
Tristan's.
a photo. He's got hair all around here, and then the top was sort of like me. The top is
I've got the
starting to
cover
recede.
over.
But yeah, I don't know, man.
It's a yeah.
I feel like he's gonna get killed
Well, what do you think about the whole cancer thing? Have you heard about that?
with him.
Yeah.
Well, I think it's fake. Apparently, that's fake news.
I had a little bit of thought about this. What if it's the government that's pushing that so they can
So
say
he can
he
die
died?
from. Well, that's what I mean. I think he had cancer like 5 years ago.
Did he?
Like some was it lung cancer?
He has
or
a
something?
scar on his lungs.
Yeah, from previous cancer
Right.
that he got rid of. So they're probably pushing the narrative that it's back now. Or who knows? He might have it. I don't know. Fuck,
Yeah.
it's above my pay grade. But I just think that they're going to try and knock him off.
Yeah. Well, when
Because
you're
he's too big, bro.
okay, so I've now joined his Hustlers University.
You actually joined it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, wow. I seen the thing the other day, but I wasn't sure if you actually joined it. I was going to ask you.
It's fire,
Really?
bro.
But how's it still running with them inside? Are the other boys doing it?
Yeah, so they have Arno,
Like that.
Luke, and
What about that Aussie
Shade.
guy?
Which one?
The bold Aussie guy that's with them. He used to be like an ex-Marine or whatever.
I don't know. There's multiple in the university. There's like different courses, and each course is run by a different professor.
Right.
One for e-commerce, one for
Okay.
like personal finance, one for all that kind of stuff. And
Yeah, right.
And his Andrew Tate's 100 business points. I'm on like number 22 right now,
Wow.
and I've never looked at business different. Like,
Really?
It blew my mind.
Is it worth it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's interesting. Because I've seen like a few things on TikTok about people getting the course and then it's all bullshit, but they probably get paid to say that. So you don't know.
Yeah. And
Well, you don't know what's true anymore. You got to see for yourself.
it comes down to application. Like, you can be an adaptive, coachable person by just watching a video.
Yeah,
But some
true.
people need that kind of influence in front of
100%.
them.
Yeah.
And
Like that one-on-one, like some people can watch something and
yeah.
take notes from it and put it into their life. Some people need to be pushed one-on-one,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, like I was kind of lucky being in real estate. So there's 3 different types of learning. There's kinesthetic, audio, and visual. So some people learn from like watching someone do it. Some people listen to how it's done and then they learn. And kinesthetic is applying it yourself to work it out, right? And we all have like a variation of those 3.
Yep.
And when you can like get all 3, like if you can watch someone do it, listen to how they've done it, and do it yourself, it's like the fucking
That's
overhaul.
when it's going to be effective, yeah.
Yeah.
As effective as you can be, yeah.
Yeah, and so what the Hustlers University has done is it gives
Sorry.
you're fine. It gives you someone like Andrew Tate, take his business mastery course. It gives you how he's done it. So you're listening to it, you're watching him actually draw it out on his whiteboard, and then also he gives you like ways to apply it. And you're like, oh, so he knows the strategy.
Of course, he's got the blueprint.
He's got the blueprint, and it's like no fucks with it. Like he's like, I'll tell you shit that I wasn't told because they didn't want me taking over. Like he started a business when he was real fucking young.
Yeah.
It's called T2 Advertising. He worked for a company called TriStar Adverts. So he would go to businesses and sell TV advertisement to these businesses as a campaign. It'd be like I think he said $19,000 budget. So they would spend $19,000 on him. Within the first month, he became the top salesman. Then,
I believe that.
yeah, in the second month, a guy named Dan approached him, who was a cokehead, and they started their own company together, and they called it T2.
Right.
And then within the first year, it was $1 million company,
Wow.
but he didn't have an office. He had a BlackBerry and a business card, and he went out and sold. He didn't even have the contract set up for the advertisers.
Yeah, right.
He went out and sold like $40,000 worth of advertising, and then that was the go ahead for this business. And I'm thinking, what the fuck? Like one of his things is money in. A business is money in.
Of course.
People think that there's
Fucking oath it is. I know better that than anybody.
exactly, and people think
And you got to spend money to make money, bro. At the end of the day.
Yeah, but if you can find out a way to make money before you spend money,
Whoa.
like he has a makeup company design where he's like,
Was that? I've heard about that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah. He didn't have anything, and he
Yeah,
sold
I
like
remember
100
that.
grand's worth
Yeah.
of makeup, and he didn't have like
That's
one
crazy,
lipstick.
eh? And then he used that money to
Yeah.
produce it. and
Yeah,
took his, yeah, that's crazy.
He's got one company.
He's just a hustler, bro. That's what it comes down to. You either got the hustle in you, or you don't. You know.
Yeah.
He's definitely got it.
He's got it, man. So what do you think's going to happen? Do you think he's dead?
I think they're gonna have to let him out sooner or later because they've obviously got nothing on him. I think all that shit is bullshit. I think they're just keeping him in there to try and break him and try and kill his momentum.
Yeah.
But I think sooner or later, I think they've got another I think they can keep him for another month or 2, and then they have to let him out. Like
Really?
I think it was 120 days or 180 days. I think that 120
Yeah.
up to 180 they can keep him in there, and then they have to let him out.
He's in day 87 now. I'm following this. Like
Is
a
he? I
motherfucker.
thought it was 120.
No, day 87.
No, he's that. Yeah. So so he must be 120 or he might be 180. I can't remember.
Okay, right.
I'm into it too. Don't worry, I watch it like flat out.
Yeah.
But it's something like that. But I think they'll have to let him out, and then all I know is the day he gets out, bro, they're gonna break the internet.
Oh, bro.
Whatever records there are for streams, live streams and shit, they're gonna blow it out the. That's gonna be crazy. First emergency. Sorry to cut you off.
Yeah.
I don't know. Do you watch his podcast?
Yeah.
Emergency meeting
Yeah,
or whatever
yeah,
it's called.
yeah.
That first one they do, him and Tristan, man, fuck,
Bro.
it's gonna be insane.
It's going to be scary.
But like I said, I think that they're gonna try and obviously kill him.
Yeah.
Well, who knows? I think they're gonna try, but
I didn't finish the conspiracy theory on why he's in there, though.
yeah, go
Just
on.
finish that thought. So he understands that the inflation rates of how much they're printing money is crazy through the roof, and it's going to tank. So he has plans in place to start his own banking system.
I think he started it already, didn't he?
Through crypto.
Before he went in, I think he was in the process already.
In the process, yeah. And imagine that. A person that is completely honest with everything that he does. He doesn't want to fuck over the world. He wants it to be a better place.
100%. I believe that.
He's a strategist. His dad was a grandmaster.
Chess player, yeah.
Yeah, a grandmaster in chess. He knows
Life is chess.
Yeah, I fucking know.
You know what I mean? Life is chess, man.
I'm learning that more and more every day.
As the older you get, the more and more you realize, and the better you get at playing it too, I guess.
Do you play chess?
I have played. I meant just technically speaking, but I do play chess here and there. I haven't played in a long time. I used to play when I was a bit younger.
I'm an addict.
Oh, yeah?
I can't pull
We'll have to play one day.
Yeah, bro.
I'm not the greatest, I'm not going to lie, but I do enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's good with a cigar and just talk shit.
Yeah.
You know, my kind of vibe.
I played my first game, probably like my first real game with an opponent, maybe like 5 weeks ago. And I've played every day, probably 4 hours a day. Every day.
That's crazy.
I'm addicted.
It's not hard to get addicted to it.
Yeah.
But
it's kind of weird. I kind of gave up weed for chess.
I've gave up weed too, so.
That's good, man. What was the kicker for you?
Fuck no, man. Just sick of it, I guess.
Clear head.
Yeah, I just feel like I've done it for a long time. So I started when I was like 16.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm 30 now, but I've been off it for about a year now.
Yeah.
I was just like, fuck this, man. Every day. You know how,
remember
how much we were smoking, like,
like
the day we met, we had like 8 joints or whatever the fuck it was. We had 6 on the podcast and 2 before that.
Yeah.
That's how I was smoking every day.
And that was some medical shit.
Yeah. And that's how I was smoking for my whole life. I just felt like I gave it a good run, you know.
Yeah.
Like
did you
now,
use it as like a way to get out of shit, like mental shit?
Yeah, 100%. But I also found like the more I was doing it, the longer I was doing it, started being more negative than positive on me, on my mind and just my body.
Yeah.
I used to be able to when I was concreting, like back in the day, I'd be high at work every day, operating like 40-meter pump truck and stuff.
Fuck.
Concrete pump truck. And I'd be like, I thought it was a PlayStation. And then the older I got, like the last few years, it was more like slowing me down instead of, you know, and I just thought that's enough.
Yeah.
I got nothing against it. Everyone still smokes weed, but yeah, I'm drug and alcohol free, so.
Fucking congratulations.
Thank you, bro.
That's awesome.
It's just different mindset.
One of the things that I had a problem with was going through hard shit and bad shit. It makes you feel content. Like, I split up with my missus maybe like 2.5 months ago now. My ex-girlfriend. Yeah. And I would like the day she was said I'm leaving, I grabbed a bong and I was off bongs. I was like, what the fuck am I doing?
Yeah.
I grabbed a bong and hit a fucking bong and I was like, everything's gonna be okay.
But can I butt in there?
Yeah.
That is a temporary relief to the problem.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
So I feel like drugs and alcohol, everyone has problems in life, right? But drugs and alcohol is how most people deal with those problems, but it's not really dealing with it. It's more putting a Band-Aid on it instead of actually dealing with it inside you.
Yeah.
If you deal with it inside your head, that's how you're going to get over it. If you just get high and until it goes away, it's going to get worse and worse and worse. Or just like people that snort coke, whatever, if you're going to just get cooked and snort and snort and snort, and then the next day it hurts more, you know?
Yeah.
So that's like a temporary problem for something that needs to be fixed within you.
Yeah.
So that's why I feel like you got to deal with shit inside your own mind.
Do you think it's like the same with social media?
In what way?
Everything is like a dopamine hit these days. You know, like you get a fucking laugh on social media, you get a line in your nose, you get a joint in your hand.
Like I said, it's all temporary.
It's all temporary, right? But it's so compelling. You know, all these things, like if you just like fuck off in life and aren't disciplined with shit, it seems very easy to fall into those traps.
Of course.
And those traps
hard to get out of.
Hard to get out of.
Oh no, bro, trust me.
But also, if you're fucking making some money on these fucking things too, like
Yeah.
if you're on social media and you're making money on social media, or if you've got a following on social media and you want to upkeep that following to keep your, your following growing,
Yeah.
it's hard to like relegate yourself to a celibacy from it, like.
Oh yeah, but social media itself is an addiction as well, and that's why I sort of took a break from all that sort of stuff, because everything that was going on, I feel like I was addicted to social media as well.
Yeah.
And like, obviously it's not real life too, you know what I mean? Like, social media is one thing and real life is another thing, and you got to kind of have a balance of both, where I was just so hooked on social media for all the time that I wasn't enjoying real life.
Yeah.
And that's shit.
Mm-hmm.
You got to have a balance. So
Yeah.
now I find that I only go onto that account when I have to,
Yeah.
and then the rest of I try to spend a lot more time in the moment these days, which I never did for my whole life, bro. Especially for the last 2, 3, 4 years, where I was chasing things. My life was committed to that, and it took away from real life,
So what's some of the things that keep you in the moment?
Not just
Like,
not
do
being
you have
on your
like-
phone, I guess.
Yeah, do you have like because there's like,
I read.
do you?
Yeah.
Okay, what you been reading?
At the moment, I'm reading. What's it called? I'm reading a couple books.
Mm-hmm.
I'm reading Atomic Habits.
Aye.
So I'm
good book.
about halfway through that. I should have finished it by now.
Yeah,
But like
audiobooks or
Nah, I feel like audiobooks, it's not as...
it doesn't get in there?
It doesn't
as much?
change your mind as much if you're sitting there and you have to concentrate on the words.
Yeah,
Where if you're listening to an audiobook,
you can do some.
your
other
mind
shit.
wanders
Yeah.
half the time. You're not even taking in what is actually saying. But
Yeah.
if you sit there, everything's off and you're just sitting there reading, your mind's 100% in it and you're learning a lot more,
Yeah.
But like just reading, just spending time with family, man. Just taking a step back of showing all sides of me on social media as well, Like, when you're like with me, I was trying to grow my social media, and obviously like takes a toll on you mentally as well, man. Like putting your life out there
Yeah.
24/7 to strangers.
Yeah.
I just needed a break from all that. That's why I try to live in the moment, and I'll only log on to that account when I have either something to promote for myself or one of my friends or something,
Yeah.
I find like on my private account, it's a bit more intimate with people that I only really know. So I don't have to show as much, you know what I mean? I just, you know what I mean? Do you
Yeah.
get-
I've found recently that if I show too much, I expect too much from it, and then
Yeah.
that makes me feel weird.
I found that too.
Yeah.
Like you're just, chasing,
A response.
yeah,
Yeah.
which who gives a fuck about, really,
Yeah. It doesn't mean anything.
But I guess that's part of social media, bro. You do things like that to get a response, That's the whole point of social media, technically,
Yeah.
I guess.
It is. It's
In a business type of way, anyway.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not in a personal type of way, but more like business.
I found it's an infinite game. It doesn't end. And you've like, we're finite people. We only live so long. And if we're spending an infinite amount of time on this fucking thing that never stops, if we die, it's still going to keep going.
Of course.
So like, why are you spending that much time on something
That doesn't matter.
that doesn't matter?
That's what I found, and especially like when my grandpa got really sick. So that's probably like when my niece got sick and my grandpa got sick. My grandpa was sick for a long time, but obviously the last 7 months he went downhill, So that's sort of, and then my niece got sick. That's sort of when I realized like I got to live more in the moment with the ones I love, instead of fucking.
What
I'd be at my
actually
grandparents' house and I'd be there on my phone, like they're talking to me and I'm fucking there scrolling TikTok or Instagram, and it's like that's not living in the moment,
Yeah.
So for the last 6 months, I've sort of lived it a lot more in the moment, and I've found it's made me happier.
Is your grandfather still with us?
Nah, he passed.
Oh, sorry to hear
Yeah,
that.
thanks, bro. He passed on 8th of January.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that was a lot,
Yeah.
but
Do you want to go into it?
we can.
Yeah.
I'm an open book.
Was he? Was it old age?
He died from cancer.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so he was 88. So he had a good run.
So you guys, your whole family got hit with 2 bouts of cancer.
Yeah, so my niece has cancer and my grandpa had cancer. My grandpa had cancer for 15 years.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
Strong
but
motherfucker then,
oh
huh?
man,
15 years.
yeah, bro. The shit he went through, man. I wouldn't wish on anybody, but it taught me to be resilient too. You know.
Yeah.
He was resilient as fuck, and mate, his whole body was
Mindset.
chopped up.
Yeah?
Yeah, he had skin graft everywhere.
Damn.
But yeah, he inspired me, you know, to keep fighting, and so does my niece, obviously. But touching on him, yeah, that was
Was
it
he
was
a
hard.
big inspiration for you?
yeah. Well, I got named after him.
Oh, right.
Yeah, so my name and his name
Exactly
are
the same.
exactly the same.
Hey.
So he was very close to me, you know, and he loved me, and I loved him very dearly, and I still do, and I miss him every day.
Yeah.
But what do you do, bro? Life goes on, you know. Try keep his name alive, and I try to go to the graveyard as much as I can.
Yeah.
I'd like to go a lot more, but you know, life, man. I try to go every Sunday, but it's not realistic.
Yeah.
Not that it's not realistic, it is realistic, but
Yeah.
I just don't do it every Sunday. Like I'd probably go every fortnight or every 3 weeks,
Yeah.
which is still alright, I guess. But
whether your physical body's there, he's still here and here.
well, so he had a ring that he gave me before he died,
Oh, wow.
and he had that ring since he was like 20 or something. I don't know.
Was it like the family crest?
It was like a gold. Nah, he just had like a coin on there.
Oh, okay.
It was made in Yugoslavia, I think, and he gave it to me before he died in hospital. He said, "Go home and get the ring. I want you to keep it." And he's got like 8 grandkids. He had like 5 great grandkids, and he chose to give it to me. So it meant a lot to me, you know.
Yeah.
And I keep that next to my bed. So every morning I'll wake up and I'll give it a kiss, good morning, and every night I give it a kiss, good night. And I'll wear it on a chain.
Oh, nice.
So I feel like he's always with me, you know, but like I said, it's just good to visit the graveyard, you know.
Yeah. There's a good quote, Memento Mori. You heard that before? I think it's Memento. It could be
Is that Italian?
let me Google this because I don't want to fuck this up. Memento Mori, an object kept as a reminder of the inevitability of death, such as a skull. So it's like an object that you can keep that reminds you of like.
Well, that does remind me that obviously
your memento
about
mori.
him.
Yeah.
That would be my memento mori.
Yeah.
But it also reminds me that life is short and nothing's ever promised, and any day you could be here and not here. So
Yeah.
that's why I try as well to live in the moment, you know.
Well, that's the Stoic philosophy of knowing that all life comes to an end, and we,
Unfortunately, yeah.
for the 13.8 billion years that this universe was here before we were here.
That's crazy in itself when you think about that.
Yeah, and then the infinite amount of time after that we're gone, this universe will still be here.
Maybe.
Who knows, bro?
Unless World War III happens.
Yeah, unless they turn the power off on this.
Because the way we're going, it might not be up for much longer.
No shit. Oh, did you see that video of sorry to digress so fucking quickly, people.
I'm sure this convo is going to go back and
Yeah,
forth.
I think so. Did you see Putin having fucking
I've
that
been
cooking thing with Xi
Yeah,
Jinping?
yeah, I posted it. I said, we're about to be on the wrong side of a
Was
world
you?
war.
Yeah.
I said, we're about to be on the wrong side of a world war.
Yeah, no shit.
I believe that. I'm into that sort of, I love war.
What?
When I say that, people look at me weird, but I just, it's
scares
so
the fuck out of me,
It scares me, but it's so fascinating too. It's so like, it's just like, I don't know how to explain it. I've always
You like
loved
power
it.
structures.
It just fascinates me so much, like men just fucking murdering the fuck out of each other. Like, it's just like, especially World War II, like I love World War II and just the history of it, and I love World War II movies and shows. It's just crazy what these people went through, man.
Yeah, and the crazy
know?
influence that one dude can have.
Exactly, and also just the way what happens after war.
Yeah.
So like in World War II,
balance.
after World War II, obviously that made America the powerhouse, you know. And now the way we're going with World War III, if it happens, it looks like that's going to change. I think. I think America's fucked, personally. And I think we're fucked with them.
Well, we're their little brother.
Yeah.
You know?
So I think that,
We're the little convict brother.
not to talk about politics too much, but
fuck it.
People
love it though.
I
'cause
love politics.
It's entertaining.
I don't love politics, but I love this type of politics.
Yeah.
I just feel like, I feel like America's in trouble.
I feel like what happened with the American closing off the market agreement to China.
Yep.
I think it was mid-COVID that they did that, and it just pissed off everybody.
Well, America's been a bully for the last how long? Since World War II.
Well, since Afghanistan,
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. They've been bullying the world, and unfortunately for them, it was gonna backfire sooner or later, because everyone they've bullied is sort of joining forces now.
Yeah.
You know, Russia, obviously China joining with Russia, Iran.
Yeah.
All these countries are figuring out that together they can overpower America and sort of get their revenge on them. And I feel like, well, I don't know if you know about, like, have you heard of BRICS?
No, enlighten me.
So BRICS is like a new currency.
Okay.
So it stands for Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa. So those 5 countries have gotten together.
Oh, God.
And they're going to be starting a new currency. And I think there's been about 20 countries that have joined under that already. I think Germany's even joining. So I think Germany's leaving the euro.
Oh, no.
So that's what I mean. Like, Germany got obviously battered by...
Yeah, big
So
time.
they've obviously had a bone to pick with America for a long time, where now all these countries together, they reckon that the dollar's going to drop real soon. Crash.
Makes sense.
So so that's sort of what I don't know. Don't take my word for this shit. Like, I just
It's
from
opinions.
I feel like if World War III does happen and this happens, then US, because the US dollar is the main currency, right?
Yeah, yeah.
What's it called? Like the new world
fiat.
order. What is it, like the fuck? What was the word?
It's the strongest fiat currency.
Yeah. So
but
they're trying to make BRICS that.
In the last, I think it was last 2 years, more money has been printed in America than since World War One.
Yeah. So all they do is print money.
Yeah, so that's obviously driving inflation through the fucking
course.
roof. I had a thought, okay, and fucking you tell me your opinion on this.
Yeah.
So the whole pandemic shit, right? I'll probably put a bleep over that word because
Really?
yeah,
Wow.
YouTube fucking
Really?
demonetizes it as soon as I say that
Wow.
word. Yeah. So,
Okay.
So I bleep it as much as
And
I
the C word as well, or not?
cunt. Oh, you mean the other one? Yeah, the other C word. Yeah.
Yeah.
Same thing.
Wow.
So when that happened, everybody realized the influence that these big pharma companies have, right?
Of course.
Now, I sent you the statistic just before we started the podcast when you're on your way over here that Afghanistan was 80% holder of the world's opium grows, right? Now, in Vietnam, back in the day when America invaded Vietnam.
That's World War I or II?
I think it was...
No, I mean Vietnam War.
Vietnam
Yeah,
War,
my bad.
Yeah. Vietnam was the biggest grower of opium at that time. Big Pharma has the world's strongest lobbyists and ways to swindle politics to do what they want. I have a huge fear that they've gotten too greedy, and now that they've pushed it over the mark and got everybody hooked on these, like Adderall, got hooked on Oxycontin.
There's too much money in it, bro.
There's too much money. But what it's done now has pushed people to the point where they're starting wars, like Afghanistan was a 20-year war. Why? To get the opium, maybe? Because they said it was about oil.
That probably was one thing, but it was probably
It was a
million things.
Resource-rich country.
Yeah.
But they killed 1 million people just to leave for no reason. You know, as soon as Trump, he was like, you know what? As soon as Biden takes over, we're pulling out. And the first thing Biden does when he gets into office is pull out. He calls this shit. And then what Trump said as well was the stock market is going to crash with Biden in power.
Well, I don't know how he's there.
Biden? Did you see the video of
I've
him
been
being...
seeing a lot of his videos, man.
He gets walked in by a blind guy.
I know. Man.
The blind guy was following him, and he's like following the blind guy.
It's the blind leading the blind. That's America.
That's America, bro.
Yeah, bro.
It's weird. It's weird. But
he's fucked.
I don't know how
I think he's got Alzheimer's.
Yeah. Oh no, he's had 2 neurological brain surgeries.
I was seeing this conspiracy the other day that there was a thing on TikTok and this lady was presenting some stuff from the White House or whatever, and she said something about Obama, so that Obama has said this is the new laws or something, and everyone's like, what? And then she corrected herself to Biden, not Obama, and people were saying that Obama's still
He probably is.
running the show, but this guy's just the face of it.
Yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but that's just something. You never know.
Well, they're very tight, and that's like, Joe Biden was his vice president when he was president. So there's probably a good accusation there.
Well, mate, you'd rather Obama than fucking Biden.
Bro, do you know who?
I don't.
Do you know who I'd rather for American politics?
I like Trump.
Trump.
I fuck with Trump.
Trump for days.
He's a businessman at the end of the day.
And he's got balls.
100%. He's a proper leader.
He went to see Putin.
Yeah.
Like, he goes to Russia.
I know. He'll call him straight away. Like, they say that Ukraine would have never got invaded if Trump was still.
Yeah.
Do you believe that?
100%.
I believe it too.
Yeah. Do you know why? Because NATO wouldn't have pushed.
Yeah.
Because Trump would go at NATO.
But yeah, he's just got that.
He's got balls, man.
And people I don't know. I feel like Biden's ruining that country, man.
Biden,
which takes a toll on us too, because we're stuck in the middle.
Well, 2 years ago, I had a podcast with Cameron McLaren, who's like he does like a podcast called Cam's Conspiracies or Camspiracies or some shit.
Oh yeah, nice.
And there's a treaty. I don't think it's called a treaty, but there's a patch of water, and it's rich in oil. Between India, China, and also Australian ships are there. Like, and whoever pushes in this triangle, they attack.
Yeah.
And Australia made the claim saying we're going to go after this oil, and then China responded with, and this is only like within the last 24 months, China said that is an act of war to push us out, and we will attack with full force.
Well, I think that China's gonna invade us sooner or later. I feel like this is just me. I could be wrong, but I feel like America and we'll probably get invaded, both of us, in the next 6 to 12 months.
Yeah.
I think.
Does it scare you?
Of course it scares me.
Yeah.
It should scare anybody. Like, nobody wants a World War III because it's not like World War II. It's going to be a lot different, but what are you going to do?
You
It's
see
out of
that-
our pay grade.
It scares the fuck out of me, man.
Yeah.
Especially when I see like those videos of Kim Jong-un just testing nuclear missiles.
Even China, man. Have you seen their army, bro?
No.
They've got 1 million foot soldiers.
Fuck.
Just foot soldiers. Well, apparently.
That's like
I see videos of like their
3% of our entire population in
Nah, it'd
Australia.
be more than that, wouldn't it?
Well, we got 30 million people.
We got 30 now.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah. I don't know. Who knows, man? I don't want to sit here and sound like I know what I'm talking about because I might not. But this is just, I pay attention to this sort of, it interests me,
Yeah.
I just feel like we will get invaded. Definitely America will,
Yeah.
I think, in the next 12 months, which would be crazy.
Do you think?
Imagine that.
I don't want to think about it.
But that's what
blissful ignorance.
But people should be thinking
Yeah,
about it because it's
100%.
probably going to happen.
Would you go to war
In what way?
if they invaded?
Australia? Do I have a choice? I don't think I have a choice, do I?
Yeah, that's a good point.
We're all going to have to go.
Yeah, all the men at least.
Yeah.
Do you reckon all the trans men will?
No, they won't have
No,
to.
no. I'm fucking shaving my
That's
beard
probably why
today.
there's more and more coming about because they know what's coming.
Yeah.
They're fucking playing chess
yeah,
while
no
we're
shit.
playing checkers.
Yeah.
Nah, well, look,
Hey,
bro.
porn, go do this. I'm a queen. What are you talking?
You know what, bro? At the end of the day, we're not going to have a choice. If that does happen, we're unfortunately going to all have to,
Yeah.
I'll see you there,
Yeah.
type of thing. What are you going to do? Hopefully it doesn't get to that. Nobody wants that. But the way the world's going, man, it's looking more and more inevitable, unfortunately.
Do you think? Okay.
I think we lose.
Oh, we lose. We lose.
I think without fail, we lose. There's too many of them now.
And there's too many resources for them not to fight as hard as they can for it. Taking over that land in America, or that oil-rich land in the Midwest.
Not just that, I feel like They've been sitting on it. This could have happened 10 years ago, but they've just been waiting and waiting and waiting and training and training and training, and it's sort of like a timing thing.
Have you seen the video of the guy? His name's Ulrich. Hold on, I'll pull it up. He's an ex-KGB operative, and he went on a television show in 1984 and explained how the Russian government make moves. And it all comes within a 15-year period. So generationally, they make their waves. One of the biggest things that you can do is to get into change people's ideas inside of a university, because then that sets up the next generation inside that university. You get the students thinking in a different way, then you get the teachers adhering to the students and then teaching in that way for future generations. And what does that do? Once that gets out of university, that gets into work culture.
Of course.
Yeah. And then once that gets through companies, like you see Calvin Klein, like with their trans, like woman and trans man, and the dude's pregnant, and in underwear adverts.
Yeah, that's fucked.
It doesn't make any sense.
Nah.
And what happens when you get a bunch of different people all agreeing that we should be more tolerable to decisions of others? It puts us into like oh, he's got a gun. Oh, he shoot up the school. Oh, I guess it's the mental health.
Yeah.
I understand that. But if we tolerate it,
it's going to happen more and more.
It's going to happen more and more. And if we tolerate the trans thing, it's going to happen more and more. And
of course.
And if there's more and more laws being passed about what you can and can't be offended at, or what you can and can't do, what that does...
The world's gone soft, to put it in not to cut you off, but keep going. No. The world has gone soft.
Yep. Yeah.
In a lot of ways.
Yeah. And
especially here in Australia,
it's soft to the point of like, if you choose, so say if you're in a workplace and someone says you can't do a specific thing, or like take like praying, they say no, you can't pray.
That's bullshit.
That's fucking ridiculous.
That's bullshit.
That is like so haram. It's not fucking funny. Like,
yeah, that's bullshit.
How can you fucking do that shit, right? Like, you can't tell someone what they can and can't believe in.
Of course.
But now people are saying like, the right for trans rights is like a religion. What?
Man, this is a topic that is very necessary. It's getting worse and worse, especially in Australia.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you see all the stuff going on in Sydney now with all the, like the religious versus, is it the LGBT, what's the community?
LGBTQ.
Yeah, I don't want to talk too much on it because
ABC.
I can't be fucked, but it's fucking getting bad.
Yeah, it's getting bad.
Even like with all the stuff that was happening with Spanian. Did you see all that?
No. What happened
so
to Spanian?
he got dropped by his label for stuff he was saying on the internet about the LGBT community.
Really?
Yeah, he got dropped from his label and heaps of didn't you see it all?
No.
There was a lot going on, yeah.
Spanian's one of those dudes.
Spanian's a sick cunt.
Dude,
I'm with that guy all day because what he was saying is sort of the same sort of beliefs that I have.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Do you talk to him?
Nah, I don't have that connection, unfortunately. No. But I would love to have a potty with him.
Yeah.
Because he's just, he just says it how it is, you know, and he says what he says. And he doesn't give a fuck about getting cancelled, or not that anyone should ever give a fuck about getting cancelled, but he says it how it is, man. He doesn't beat around the bush, you know.
But he's a hardened man due to the shit that he's been through.
Fucking oath.
And what he's I haven't seen it, so I probably can't say too much on it. But I suspect that he is commenting on something like about pussies that haven't been through fucking anything, and they want to be heard.
100%.
But they don't have any, like, they don't have that, you know, the mind. Like when you go through a heartbreak, right? You gave some of the best relationship advice ever. Of
course. You got to go through shit to be able
to give advice on it,
of
right?
Course.
But all these pussies, that's what you are. These motherfuckers think that they can go through life in this consistent way where they're constantly making like, oh, you need to tolerate my decisions. Motherfucker, I can't even tolerate my own decisions sometimes. I'm not going to call you him, her, fucking some zim zer. Fuck off.
That's it, yeah.
Like that was okay.
It's he and she. That's it. Like
that's all. That's what you're born with.
My belief is anyway. Everyone's got their own belief, but my belief is like even just man and women. It should just be Adam and Eve.
Yeah.
Adam and Steve, you know?
Yeah, Adam was once Eve.
But I just feel like, I feel like I don't know. I don't know how to say it
I'll give you a
without
story.
being rude.
This is the difference. When I was in a shopping center, I was buying some fucking throw rugs. Gayest thing you could buy at a shopping
Some
center.
what rugs?
Throw rugs for like the end of your bed.
Okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
It's fucking gay as shit. I stand by that. I was in the self-service checkout, and there was this guy in front of me who was also buying something, and he was a little dweeb. Like a little dweeb. That's what you would call this person. Like, he's just like, you could see, like, he didn't have a lot going for him. He kind of had like a sad look on his face.
Yep.
There was this guy that was serving and saying like, okay, here to the next checkout and all this stuff. And this guy in front of me greets it was a dude with long hair and painted fingernails. You put it together. And he goes, hey man, can I go down to the checkout? And the dude goes, I'm not a man. And I looked over this guy's shoulder because he was probably like 5'2" or something. He was a tiny little guy, right? And I'm standing there, and I'm not like a huge motherfucker scary or anything, but tattoos, you can see I'm masculine, right?
Yeah.
I've got throw rugs. This guy's got, I don't know, a blender or some shit, right? And he's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean to offend. And he's just like, oh, like that. Like this other fucking weirdo. And he's like, yes, you can use that one in like a tone. And then I'm next up. And I walk up and I go, hey, man.
I would have done the same thing. Hey, bro.
Yeah, because I'm not going to fucking adhere to...
Wait, I need to go toilet.
Yeah.
Can we pause real
Let's go
quick?
for a piss break. And
Sorry,
let's get back
I
to
just
this.
need to go toilet.
No, it's all good. Dude, I've been listening to so much fucking Meek Mill recently.
Oh, don't get me started on Meek.
Holy fuck.
We could have a 5-hour convo on Meek.
Dude, the shit that he's been fucking doing for the community lately is kind of crazy, eh?
He's sort of been doing that for a while, though. I don't know, everyone needs to sleep on him. I feel like people are more and more starting to appreciate him for what he actually does and the music he actually makes.
Yeah, because he branches out a lot more, eh?
He's just, to me, he's the GOAT, but...
What do you think of T Grizzly?
I like T Grizzly.
Yeah?
I know he kills it on the PlayStation.
Does he?
Fuck, I think he makes like 30, 40k a week, bro, just off that Grand Theft Auto.
Really?
He's got his own, I forget the name of them. Like, he's got his own server.
Oh, really?
Grand Theft Auto server, yeah.
Fuck, I wonder
They
if it's
pay,
like...
and they pay for them to play on it.
Oh, shit.
Like a real life, what's it called? Real life.
I'm
not into it that much, but I just know that he kills it on there.
It's almost like a virtual reality.
Virtual reality, yeah.
Yeah, right.
He's got one he makes like 30, 40k a week off it.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
What do you think about virtual reality? We haven't had this conversation before.
As far as what?
As far as where it's going.
Scary.
Yeah?
AI.
AI.
That's scary
Chat
as fuck.
GPT and shit.
Yeah, I seen this clip of Joe Rogan. It was an AI clip of Joe Rogan on his podcast.
With Steve Jobs?
No. It was just him talking, but it wasn't him.
Yeah.
And it was like he was talking for like 20 seconds about some shit, and it wasn't him.
What the fuck?
And it looked real as fuck.
Holy shit.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
That's what is scary.
Well, did you hear about the Bruce Willis shit?
No.
So Bruce
He's got
amnesia? Dementia, sorry?
Yeah, I heard about that. That's sad.
And he can't talk.
He can't talk.
No.
Fuck.
So he has now sold the rights
To his voice.
to his voice and face.
No way.
Guess who to?
Who?
Russia.
What?
There are adverts in Russia with Bruce Willis speaking in Russian.
What?
Yeah. And I don't think it was a large sum of money either.
Well, I'm sure he's got millions and millions, so.
How much
Wow, what the fuck?
did Bruce
That's crazy.
Willis make for his AI?
Shout out to Familia Cigars.
Shout out, Familia.
Anando. Beautiful stick.
Oh, so Willis was paid an estimated $1 or $2 million for agreeing to have his digital twin appear in the ad series and seemed pleased with how the project turned out.
That's crazy.
But Russia? I mean, if they got the money,
I guess. Oh, they've definitely got the money.
you know?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. This virtual shit's pretty hectic. It's just crazy. Who knows? Like,
We're sociable people, right?
yeah.
But think about how many motherfuckers there are that live in this world that aren't, that can't get a girlfriend, that can't get like laid, that stay in their house because the only little like dominant fucking wins that they have every day are because they, you know, found a chest on a fucking video game, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's an AI, and it's called Alexia. I think it's called Alexia, but it mimics female conversation. And
Not Alexa, like the Google thing.
no, it could be
Something
Alicia or
Okay,
Lexia
yeah.
or some shit. And basically what happened was they launched this fucking thing, and then a bunch of dudes started messaging this AI, and the AI was responding like it was their girlfriend. So
Wow.
so it's like almost like
A
having
virtual girlfriend.
a text. Yeah, I can text my girlfriend like she's around the corner, but she's not really because she's
Yeah.
just a fucking
And then you
robot.
put the headset on and jerk off.
Yeah. So what they did because they when they first launched it, they wanted to get as many people on this fucking platform as possible to sell more of it, right?
Yeah.
So they allowed like sexy talk, like tell me what you do to me, baby.
Oh, wow.
I'll suck your dick, I'll give you a massage, all this stuff, right? And now that it's gone mainstream, they've taken that part away, and all of the involuntary celibates, so incels, they are furious. They're like, you changed my girlfriend. Why isn't my girlfriend speaking like it's almost like they've been cheated on.
Yeah.
But it's a
They
company.
got broken up with.
Yeah, like a company policy has changed
Wow.
just because they want to target more people. And you're like, okay, so if you look to the future on that, and it goes, I put a headset on, and instead of me being, and I'm rigged up so I can constantly have calories come into the system too, so I don't have to ever come off this fucking thing, right? I can live in this world with my girlfriend, have sex, have a relationship, have a family, and work inside this world. It's not going to be hard for fucking China to nuke us when we're all just like fucking coming in zombied out. Yeah. We're just coming in this fucking virtual reality. Oh, and like if you're hooked up and it's like into your Neuralink by
Elon Musk. Yeah.
Yep.
That's some crazy shit too.
He says that we can override the feeling of orgasm.
What is that? Is that your brain remembering feeling or something?
Okay, so what it is it's a chip that goes
A chip that goes in your
implant.
Yep.
But it sits on the outside.
Yep.
And then it has like 10,000 nodes that come. They're like I think it's 40 times the width of a hair, and these nodes go into your neurons. And basically how a neuron works is it's got synapses, and they connect on synapses, transmitter to receiver.
Yep.
And once it goes off, it gives a dopamine response from the receiver, and that's how you get a feeling, right? Now, what they can do with this
Crazy.
is they can turn on certain circuits inside the brain, certain neurons that can bring back eyesight, the feelings
Wow.
in your legs,
Wow.
repair spinal tissue,
Wow.
all that shit. But also, they can make orgasms feel like the best thing in the universe.
That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, so if you had like a fucking orgasm button, you just hit this motherfucker all day. There was a lady that had an orgasm button.
What?
Yeah. I think it was she had a disease, right?
And she couldn't have sex or something? Or?
No, it was that she couldn't stop coming,
Oh my God.
right? And she fucking hated it while it was happening. And then they turned off that signal in her brain with some sort of electrical junction that would
Yep.
like cancel out the misfiring of this transmitter. And within 2 days, she was like, take it out, take it out, take it out.
Fuck.
She was like, for a day, she was like, finally, a rest. And then that crazy bitch was like, I want to come. Give it to me.
That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Technology, man.
This is that dopamine cycle that we're talking about at the start of the
Yeah.
podcast. You know, we all just want that escape.
Of course.
Yeah. And I think the more that we go into these technological advances, like what really scares me about this virtual reality thing is the way that you can operate a drone in real life, but through a screen
Yeah.
and drop a bomb on a country.
Yeah, that shit's crazy.
Yeah, like
from another country away.
yeah, you're a whole nother country away in
It's like-
real time.
It's like having a fighter jet without a fighter jet,
Yeah,
sort of thing.
it's exactly
You
that.
don't you don't have to send in fighter jets. You send in drones instead.
Well, it's just like trains, right?
Yeah.
You know, in trains, you know how you always see a curtain at the front of the train? You
Yeah.
know what that's for?
No.
When people jump off onto the tracks.
Oh, bullshit.
Yeah, you can't stop a train. So
Yeah.
they tell you to pull the curtain down.
Wow.
So what happens when you releasing a bomb off a drone? You just do this to the screen because you don't want to see all these
Pretty much.
civilians die around the people that you're trying to kill.
They probably do want to see it anyway. Half the people. are
Yeah,
just-
they probably jerk off.
Yeah.
There's got to be some
That's
sadistic fucks.
100%.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
that's what scares me about virtual reality.
That's what I feel like sometimes. Imagine where the world's going. If, obviously, we don't all get nuked in the next 2 years. And somehow all this peace, how everyone finds peace and there's no World War III and shit.
Yeah.
Imagine like 50 years from now, what the world would be like.
Hmm. If there is a nuclear war, they say that there's enough nuclear missiles to kill our Earth 3,000 times over.
Oh, yeah.
3,000 times over. So you send a nuke to China, right? A nuke comes back, and then Russia sends a nuke to America.
The world would be wiped out in 10 minutes.
Yeah, it would be
Possibly.
carnage.
Yeah.
There would be
Nothing would be left.
no, nothing.
You wouldn't want to be left.
Yeah.
Because you'd die eventually from the chemicals and shit anyway, wouldn't you?
Well, they say like in the Ukraine, Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, yeah. Have you seen that doco?
Yeah,
It's a good doco,
It's a
man.
good
That's
doco.
interesting as fuck.
Have you seen the guys that do the parkour through Chernobyl illegally?
The what?
Parkour, where like
that?
they fucking run and jump over buildings and shit.
Nah.
Bro, there was this one guy. He's a masked like bandit. No, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And he basically just he goes to illegal places and like explores when he's not allowed to, and he gets into Chernobyl and stays there for like a week.
Is that still radioactive?
So they say
I think it's not, eh?
no. They say that for the next 50,000 years
It will be still... Fuck.
Um,
I thought it stopped.
yeah, but
Anyway.
But that's the thing is we hear radioactive and we get scared, you know? But we don't really know what happens to like most of the people that get like born in like a radioactive city or something like
Don't
that.
you like get born with like no limbs and shit
yeah,
like that?
yeah, babies are all
Yeah.
twisted and all fucked up.
Fucked up shit, yeah.
But I don't know if that's real.
Has to be.
Does it have to
Well,
be?
I don't know. Well, I don't know. What happened to the people around Chernobyl though? Like the
Let's Google it.
I think that surely are people that have survived. I know that people that survived ended up dying, but like, what happens like with their kids and shit?
So radioactive baby disformations. Google that. Birth defects related to Chernobyl. Here we go. Okay.
There's got to be. I think it's yeah.
Okay, well, that baby's all twisted up.
Well, is there photos?
Yeah.
But
More than 5% of strontium-90 was released during the Chernobyl explosions. Although the percentage might not seem very high, strontium-90 is the most dangerous component of radioactive fallout from a nuclear explosion. Vesnova, I can't fucking read today. Home for Invalid Children is a facility working to help these children live better. I want to know what their fucking ailments are. Okay, so children at the facility were born with many different disabilities, including neurological difficulties and heart conditions.
yeah.
There are different facilities throughout Belarus for children with disabilities to get proper care. Like, they don't seem disformed, but they do seem like
They'll
like,
grow up probably with problems. Yeah.
yeah, like neurological issues doesn't allow them their legs to work or something
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So
Probably like a long-term thing.
it's sad, man. But that all came from faulty engineering.
Well, was it faulty engineering or was that guy pushing it to the limit when he shouldn't have? I don't know. Have you seen the same thing that I've seen? There was like a mini series on it. It's called Chernobyl.
Chernobyl, yeah.
Remember that guy was like pushing it and he was gonna blow and then he kept trying to
Yeah. Well,
get to that certain level and then that's how he blew and
yeah, well,
all
they
the-
can't turn it off.
Yeah.
That's the one thing with nuclear power plants is they can't turn them off. But you can I think nowadays they have like a specific.
Yeah. Well,
like,
this is going back how long now? When was Chernobyl?
Oh, let's fucking go.
19, what? It was ages ago, wasn't it? Oh, not that long ago, actually.
Maybe in the 70s? Oh, 86. Yeah,
that long ago.
26th of April, 1986.
Wasn't that long ago, man.
On the 25th, prior to a routine shutdown, the reactor crew at Chernobyl 4 began preparing for a test to determine how long turbines would spin and supply power to the main circulating pumps following a loss of main electrical power supply.
That guy fucked it for the whole fucking Chernobyl.
Yeah.
That one guy.
Well, he would have died instantly, right?
Yeah.
I don't think anybody died from because there wasn't
I think
explosion.
there was a few.
Was there?
I think few. No, there was an explosion.
Was it?
Inside, yeah.
How many people?
I think, anyway.
We're hitting the real topics now. 31 people. The official death toll directly attributed.
Is that on the... Yeah, directly, yeah.
Yeah, to Chernobyl that is recognized by the international community is just 31 people, with the UN saying it could be over 50. However, hundreds of thousands of liquidators were sent in to put out the fire at the nuclear power plant and clean up Chernobyl site afterwards.
That's pretty sure some firefighters died as well.
Yeah.
On the day.
Fuck, man. Like, that's the craziest shit about radioactive stuff. Like, even, like, take asbestos. If you're around corroding asbestos and you breathe that shit in, you get asbestosis.
That's like, yeah.
That causes cancer in your lungs
Yeah.
instantly.
Yeah.
Right? This shit is like from like the deepest, darkest trenches in the world.
It's 1,000 times worse.
It's 1,000 times worse. So we kind of don't really know. And to be even speculating on it as a dumb fucking moron as I am, it seems like it's not doing it any due, you know? But oh well.
Fuck.
So, your niece, I wanted to ask you, there's been some good news recently?
I wouldn't say good news. It was going good. We've had a few roadblocks.
Stable?
It was going really good.
Yeah.
Then we had a few roadblocks recently, and we're trying to get through them now at the moment. She's in hospital at the moment doing chemo. Gonna go see her after here.
Just for people that don't know,
Yeah.
give everyone her age.
She turned 2 in February. Yeah.
That's...
It's been a lot.
Couldn't even imagine how it would feel.
Oh, man. Whatever you can think it feels, add another 100,000 times on it. It's been the hardest thing we've had to go through as a family, and myself too. It's fucked me up. But what do you do? Life, man.
Yeah, that's...
It's been a lot. She has neuroblastoma.
So what's that?
It's a cancer that's
Is it in the brain?
No, it's the cells.
Oh.
So it's a cancer that is in kids under 5.
Right.
It has a 1 out of 2 success rate, which is pretty crazy in itself.
Yeah.
But yeah, it targets the cells, I think. I haven't read too much about it because I don't want to.
Yeah.
Like, I know what it is, but I don't want to feed my brain with it, because the more you know, the more you're going to stress about it, as far as in that way. I'd rather just know what it is and know what it does and then deal with it instead of keep reading into it, because that's not really healthy. Even the doctors say to you, don't read too much into it, you know what it is and what's possible and what's not possible, but don't like sit there and just read and read and read.
When you say 1 out of 2, is that a 50%?
Yeah.
I haven't heard of that type before.
I didn't know what it was either until she got it.
Yeah. Like my friend's mum's passed from lymphoma.
Yeah, well.
And that's...
Sorry to hear.
That's fine.
Cancer's fucked, man.
Yeah. I haven't had anyone other than my cousin's partner, who I was very close with when I was younger, who passed from cancer. So I guess our family's kind of been, you know, but it's strange because like even skin cancer can.
That's what my grandpa died from.
See, no, my grandmother has that.
Skin cancer's fucked. It's brutal.
Yeah.
So my grandfather had cancer for 15 years, as I was saying before, but the skin cancer, when he got that, that's sort of what killed him.
Yeah, right.
That one's brutal.
Yeah.
But touching on my niece, back to my niece, yeah, it's 1 in 2 sort of survival rate, from what I've heard. But You know what? I gotta give it to her, man. She's strong as fuck.
She's always smiling. Eh?
Yeah, bro. She's resilient as fuck. She's made it a lot easier on us, as far as the way she's gone about things, and she's had it so she got on I think it was the 19th of October last year. So it's just been over 6 months now, and she's been through about six rounds of chemo already.
Wow.
She's just resilient as fuck. She's running around. You see her on my Instagram.
Yeah,
she's fucking
bro.
flat out. She hasn't changed, which has sort of made it a little bit easier on us.
Yeah.
If she was like laying down and not moving, or like, you know what I mean? Like even just because we spend a lot of time at Children's Hospital, Perth Children's Hospital.
Shout out Perth Children's Hospital.
Shout out to that PCH, man. They're
crazy good, amazing
fuck.
people.
They've what I've seen in that cancer ward, man.
Harrowing.
It's gonna stay with me for the rest of my life. Like even all the other kids, just seeing all the kids what they go through. And I met another kid. He's 15. He's got leukemia.
No.
His name's Adam. Shout out to Adam.
Shout out Adam.
Broke my heart, man. I was in, because obviously the Perth Children's Hospital, like the facility is crazy. The whole cancer ward where my niece is, it's decked out. There's pool tables in there, like it's sick. Not sick, but like it's made sort
awesome,
of like it's got playground. There's even a school in there.
Wow.
Yeah, like not a school, but a classroom for the
Yeah.
kids that can't go to school, and they get taught in there. You know.
Amazing.
Yeah. So this kid Adam, he was playing pool by himself, and I was walking past, and I knocked on the window. I was like, I didn't know him at that stage. I was like, you want to have a game, you know?
Yeah.
Because I went to get coffees for everyone from downstairs. And he goes, yeah. I said, let me drop the coffees off and I'll come back. And I went there and I started playing with him. And I was like, what are you doing here, you know? And he goes, I just found out I have cancer like 4 or 5 days ago. I was like, fuck, how old are you, you know? He was like, I just turned 15. And they're like saying I have to leave school now and stay here for like 4 or 5 months straight. And I was like, fuck, it shattered me.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, it was, and we just started playing and talking, and I ended up, because they've all got their own room. Well, they've got like big plasmas in there. And I brought him my PlayStation from home, and I gave it to him.
Awesome.
And he plays PlayStation in there. I'll go in there here and there and play with him and stuff. Yeah, so he's had a pretty hard life. I don't want to talk about it too much on camera, like everything that he's been through, but I feel sorry for him. He didn't have clothes and shit.
Yeah.
So I went and bought him some clothes and stuff from the shops and dropped him off all these clothes, and
That's
a lot
lovely.
happened behind the scene with his dad and stuff. I don't really want to talk about it.
It's fine. It's fine.
It's not probably something for the camera, but I just went and done that for him, and we just got close, and you start to develop friendships with these kids, and it's hard to watch, man. Like one day you'll see them running around, and the next day they're in bed, they can't move. And it's like seeing all that, man, it's like, it's very hard, and it's taken a toll on me, you know?
Yeah.
But I guess that's life, bro. It's hard. Going there is very hard. But you got to be there for her, you know? She's in there weeks at a time. So I try to be there for my brother-in-law and my sister as much as I can, and just try to be there for them and be there for her. It's hard, but...
When you kind of get thrown in those situations of like things happening like to children, and how can you predict that?
You can't.
You can't, hey?
Man, the day I found out, every morning me and her would every morning we'd have like there's, you know, those fucking banana custards.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, when we were young, we used to have them in like cans.
Yeah.
Now they're in like a squeezy bottle, right?
Yeah.
And her favourite's banana custard, and that used to be my favourite when I was her age. And every morning we'd wake up and I'd go see her, and we'd have a banana custard, you know, and we'd do like a cheers thing, and we'd sit there on the couch watching Cocomelon. That was like a morning routine, you know?
That's cool.
And the day we found out, like, I'd done that, and then she went to the hospital, and then that day, 5-6 hours after we done that, I got a phone call from my sister saying, you need to come to the hospital. And I was like, why? And they're like, Ivy has cancer. So to go from every day of normality to in 6 hours to go to that, I thought I was going to have a heart attack that day at the hospital, bro. Like, even thinking about it now, like, fuck. Yeah. It was a lot. I'll fuck never forget that. It was the worst day of my life. But, life, bro. It's just something you would never expect happen to someone so close to you, you know? Like, you wouldn't expect it to happen ever. Like, you know it happens, you see it on the news, you see telethon, you see all the sick kids, and it's like you just feel sorry for them, you know?
Yeah.
Then when it happens to your niece that is so close to me, she's like my best friend.
It's a different
It
level.
fucking turned my whole family's world upside down, you know? But I feel like my family has always been close, but it's bringing us even closer, which is a beautiful thing in itself, I guess. But yeah, just having to deal with it has been hard. But
Well, like I said on the messages when we were messaging yesterday, man, you're a lot stronger person than me, man. I think
I'm not that strong, bro. I'm strong, but I struggle with it a lot.
yeah. Well,
But you know, what
I
are you
would
gonna
think
do?
of you as a completely different person if it was something that you just brushed off.
Yeah, nah. I try to distract my brain as much as I can, but you're never gonna distract yourself completely from it, you know?
No.
You're always gonna get that constant reminder, but
Yes.
it's just how you deal with it, you know? Life, bro.
I just don't understand, like, you know how, like, some people say, like, oh, there's no God because of, you know, this kind of stuff. You know, like, how can God
Things happen, yeah.
let a child get cancer, or, you know, but
It brings me closer to God. I pray every day. Since the day she got it, every morning I wake up and I pray. Not just for her, but just for in life. I've always been religious, but I never prayed until that day. And that first day I got it, man, I'll tell you, I begged God to give it to me instead. Like, I was on the floor in the emergency, man, and I was screaming, crying, begging God to just give it to me instead, you know, but life doesn't work like that.
No.
I pray every day, and I know that He'll get her through it. But
Well,
it's all up to God. It always has been.
I've seen I saw that video of when you guys were putting your shoes on,
Oh yeah,
and she was like, same?
yeah. Man, she's my best friend, bro. She changed my life.
Yeah.
She saved my life. She changed my life. She put my life on a whole completely different perspective.
Yeah.
Before her, I was lost.
Yeah. Well, I can
Not lost, but just doing.
I can tell you right now, when I first met you, I thought that was your daughter.
Everyone does.
Yeah, I literally did. I was
She pretty much is basically as well. Not my daughter, but I think of her as my daughter.
Yeah,
you know,
that
like
was someone that close.
that's how much I love her. You know, but yeah, we have a pretty unique bond, to say the least.
It's awesome because
She's my best friend.
it's wild. Like, if you really think about it, like, you have big ass fucking
She
biky
makes
looking
me soft
motherfucker.
as-
Yeah, you're like, but you got a soft
I am
heart,
a
man.
soft person, though. You know, I'm soft and hard as well. You know,
Yeah.
I'm not just hard and I'm not just soft. Depends on every situation. But how's someone like that not gonna make you soft? You know,
Yeah,
she's so
exactly.
pure and innocent, and it's hard to not be soft. You know, I love family and I hold family close. So
Yeah.
families, people like that are always gonna make, and just the whole situation has just made me even more soft. You know. And just realize that there's more to life than a lot of things out there, you know?
Yeah. This is that suffering thing, right? It can only make you stronger.
Of course. And it has made me stronger. I've gone through a lot. Even remember last time when we were talking, like, a lot of things that happened with, like, COVID and all that shit. That was one thing, but this is a completely another whole ball game as far as mental health and dealing with mental health, you know?
Yeah. Did that cricket thing happen?
No, it hasn't happened yet. I've just
Obviously, put it on the back burner.
I'm gonna do it eventually, but at the moment, bro, like I said, even just with all the stuff that I was doing, it doesn't really mean. That means more because it's for her. You know what I mean? So I'm definitely gonna do that. But as far as like all that other bullshit, I don't really give a fuck about. You know, at the moment especially, like it's just sort of in the rear view at the moment and on the back burner.
Nobody blames
until
you.
she's better. Oh, well, they can or they can't. I don't really give a fuck, you know. It's
If anyone has anything to say about it, fucking come see me.
don't worry about what people have to say, bro.
Bro.
I've never cared about what anyone has to say, you
Yeah.
know. Like, except if it's someone that I truly care about. For other people, I couldn't give a fuck what they say.
Yeah.
But yeah, that will happen. That's cricket for cancer. I've also got a golf thing for mental health.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's like a mental health charity.
Right.
That's called Putting for Mental Health.
Oh, nice.
I was meant to do that.
Was that early this year?
It was meant to be in December,
Okay, right. Yeah.
but like my niece got cancer like the month or so before it, so I put it on hold, and that's gonna happen eventually too, probably end of this year. For now, for the next 6-7 months, for the rest of this year, I just gotta focus on her, and then hopefully by then she's sort of on the recovery road, you know, and we can sort of start not getting back to normal life because you'll never be normal again, but just starting to do things like that again. At the moment, it's just all about her,
Yeah.
as it should be, you know,
100%.
for not just me but my whole family.
Yeah. Mladen, this has been fucking good, bro.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you for opening up. I know there's a lot to fucking
Yeah,
to bear, and I appreciate
Nah.
you, Ivy.
probably
We
needed
all
to
love
get some of that stuff off my chest too, so it's good to thank
I'm
you for
always-
having me,
I'm
bro.
always here, bro.
Appreciate it. And
I know we tried to do this a few times,
yeah,
but
sorry, like I said,
don't
things came up with
apologize.
her, but yeah,
There's no need.
shout out to Ivy, man.
Shout out, Ivy.
We love you, and we hopefully that you're cancer free soon.
Yes. Big
But
hopes.
thank you too, bro, and appreciate you, man.
I'm always here for you, my boy.
Thanks, brother. Likewise.
All right. I kind of want to start doing something at the end of the podcast where I'm like, you know what? Like, let's give a thought. Because there's going to be people in this, like, that watch this and probably going through the same kind of stuff. Whatever happens in life, you're going to go through some sort of adversities.
Fuck yeah.
And if you don't have a set of morals and ethics that you work from, you'll get lost very easily. And when there's a time that you do come to an adversity and you don't have those morals, you crumble. This is the big point why I believe wholeheartedly that the structure and scaffolding of religion, of faith, whether you don't even need to adhere to a God, running through life with a set of moral values,
Believing in something, yeah.
believing in something, will always benefit you. Have a great night.
Take me home, I wanna know if you're down.